where it comes to fighting, fighting is so much easier, like, than jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Clip that. Clip that part.
Yeah,
Fighting's easier than Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Dude,
Absolutely.
that's crazy.
Yeah, because it's like I have a buddy who's in law enforcement.
Sorry, do you mean gi or no gi? Or does it matter?
Gi is a lot harder.
Really?
Yes. No-Ghi's fucking easy. My opinion.
Really?
My opinion. Because like if I'm going with Cody, and let's say he has some form of curriculum in the gi, if he grabs me, I have to break his grip. He's attached to me. We become one. In no-gi, I can just push him and create space and move.
So like more variables?
It's more, oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Like I can, if I put him in like a lasso or a worm or a squid guard and he's never been exposed to it, he's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Right? Like as if I put it in your guys' world, it's like if you're a police officer, it's either, I would assume SWAT would be a lot easier than fucking patrolling on the freeway. Let me give you context why. Okay, SWAT, it's like, hey, we're gonna go after this motherfucker. He's right here. He's been up in this house. We're gonna go there you're gonna be in the fucking front. You're gonna have the flash grenades, da da da. Rather, if you're pulling somebody over, you don't know who the fuck this is. You don't know what he's got, right? That's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the gi. This is no-Gi. It's like this is fighting. Excuse me. You know what you're getting yourself into in fighting.
Yeah, this is the best analogy I've ever heard.
Yeah. Right. Because
the unknown sucks.
The unknown sucks is like, okay, I'm going to a tournament with 30 motherfuckers. I don't know what you're gonna do. It is what it is. We're gonna run it and see what happens. This is like, okay, I'm fighting you. I have 3 months to prepare for you. I can watch all this tape on you. I know what your tendencies are. I know what your mistakes are. I know what you're strong at. All right, light work, easy. To where this is the unknown. This is way harder. Just like if you pull somebody the fuck over, it's like, I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna get in this car. It says Jackson, da 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 da. You pull up and you never know.
Super interesting. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time. So like most people that only...
That's why he wanted to fight.
Most people...
He shut the fuck up.
That's why I didn't want to fight you.
That's all the fucking cards. We can do it.
Yeah,
He said Demetrious who?
Yeah, dude, there's carpet in there. We can watch you and Nick roll around for a minute. Like
Nick's weird because he wants to do it naked.
I'm not here for that. No. He'll sub in for me.
He wants real no-Gi. No-Gi. Only a tank top. He's lighting candles in the corner.
Just compression shirts, okay?
Hand slap on the back.
So when did you start doing more gi stuff?
After I got knocked out.
Okay.
Yeah, after I got knocked out, I was like, okay, I gotta, like after I would train for my fights, I wouldn't train, because my gym was an hour and 15 minutes away from my house. And so there's always these people who are like, oh, you should come train with me, you should come train with me. And I was like, no, I don't want to, I want to. Then one of my coaches goes, you should come train with this guy. He's from Brazil, he's nasty. His name is Professor Jan. He goes, come train with him. I was like, all right, fuck it. Excuse me, I'll come train with him. Train with him, he me up. Like, it was a fucking murder. And I was like, all right, motherfucker. In the gi.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, motherfucker. Of course, you go fucking up in the gi. Took my gi off, and it was even worse. Like, he just destroyed me. And I was like, I'll train here. And then I started training there, and how he taught the curriculum, how he was so passive, and he was like,
Relaxed fighter.
just relaxed. And I just fell in love with the gym. And then I had my kids started training there in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So they just had their 2-year anniversary. So it's been really good. And I love the gi. Like, I love the aspect of, like, because when I first started fighting in mixed martial arts, it's like I'm going to teach you how to survive. That's what I'm going to teach you, how to survive. And then I'm going to drop you off and good luck, right? You have kind of like this sense of like survival. Like, you have different things that come up. Like, your brain starts firing off of different neurons. And as an amateur, that's how it was for me. It's like, hey, you're going to fight in 8 weeks. Who am I fighting? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know. There's no tape on it. There's no nothing. So you actually get into the fight. It's like, okay, round 1, you go in there, you move, you think, you throw your inside, you find your distance. Then as the fight progresses, you start to figure out the problem. Then you finish them. You solve it by taking them out. So in no-Gi, in gi, that's what it feels like for me. Is like when I go to these tournaments, I have no idea what's going to happen. So I have to figure out the problem, solve the problem, and that's what I just love so much.
Because like most MMA fighters, I feel like they hate gi.
Because they don't like the complexity of the gi and how hard it is. Like for me, I like hard shit. Like I just like to try to solve a problem, and that's what gi provides for me.
It's so funny because I feel the exact opposite way about it.
Well, why don't you guys put it to the test?
What Nick is saying is he wants to go into the other room.
He was an MMA fighter and a wrestler beforehand. So like
Yep.
having a singular goal is probably easier for you because like wrestling, it's like I'm going to put your shoulder blades on the mat whether
Yep.
you fucking want me to or not.
Yep.
And MMA is easier for me because it's like I have 50 different thousand options and a
Yep.
bag full of tricks to catch somebody.
Yep.
It's really hard for me to be like, I only have one option and he knows what it is and I have to do it anyway. So like that's hard for me because I came from the exact opposite end.
So you think about it though, like in the gi, if you know, what belt are you?
Purple.
Purple, right? So you have your lasso, you have your squid, you have your worm, you have all these, you have spider guard, you have trench, you have all these guards.
Yeah.
And what I like to do is I like to have my game is about movement. Movement is life. Movement, you know, the body in motion stays in motion. The body at rest lays at rest. It dies, right? So for me, when I start going and I start grabbing somebody and I start working my judo and I try to do my sacrifice throw or high crotch or
Which is insane, by the way.
Yeah, so I start doing that, and I start doing all that stuff, and I add my movement. Then if I go against a guy who's like you, who's a lot bigger, you know, I'll try to throw you, see how your balance is. Oh, okay, he has good balance, and I'll pull guard and see what you're gonna do. You come my guard, I'm okay, I'm gonna do lasso. You go, you defeat the lasso. Okay, he's off balance. Like I just read your body mechanics, and then I throw all these things at you and see how you react. And once you make that bad mistake, then it's like, hey, this is the opening to get you. So that's what I love about, like I said, the gi. Even in jiu-jitsu, even in fighting, they all correlate. It's all one universe. It's about like how the body moves.
When you started, were you like training a lot more no-gi and no-gi at all? Or
My 18 years in jiu-jitsu was all no-gi, and then I transitioned into no-gi, into the gi. But my first professor, Bibiana, he was like, it's the same stuff. Like it's about patterns of movement in the body. So just because you're in the gi, you're not in the gi doesn't mean you don't know the curriculum in the gi. Because once I jumped in the gi, when I was even doing no-gi, and I would jump in the gi, I'll beat black belts just because of my movement and just submit them. So it's like, he goes, you see what I mean, brother? He goes, it's all about the movement. You understand movement, you understand lock, you understand armbar, triangle, you black belt, you good. So
Good
that's how
Asian accent.
No, he's Brazilian actually.
Brazilian accent.
now that
Apparently
you
was
do
that
gi,
good.
Yeah, right?
now that you do gi way more, and then when you go back to no-gi, do you feel like you're even faster than you
Oh
ever
yeah,
were before?
Okay, I felt because like the grips, like I'm constantly doing this all day, like grabbing grips and pulling. So when I go back to no-gi, it's like I grab you, but I'm like this, and they're like, "Why is your hand sticking?" And I was like, "Because I'm used to grabbing you like this. Now I'm grabbing you like that." And yeah.
I always try to tell like all the wrestlers that come in that hate gi, it's like a turtle shell in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then you take it off, you're 10 times faster for
it's
no
like,
reason.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
It's like the hyperbolic time chamber. It's like
Yeah.
you're like, ah.
There's so much, there's so much more friction.
Yes.
Everything's harder.
Yeah, I agree. But I love, like I said, I love gi. It's a nice transition where I'm at now in my career where it's like I don't want to get hit in the head anymore. I just want to focus more on building my brand, staying healthy, spending time with the wife and kids, and competing in the gi.